best. Trying to figure it out, y'all. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming for the prayer circle. I'm so glad. Yes. Man, it's about to be 2022, y'all. I lit my candle, and I've been saying some prayers already. You know what? Let me get this Zoom up real quick. Hold on a second, too. Okay, got this one. Got the Facebook Live going. Let's see. It's my first time using the Facebook Live. Can you believe it? 2021. Time to upgrade. 2022. Facebook Live. Okay. So I got my candles. I already started saying some prayers, calling in the ancestors. Something when I woke up today like made me feel acknowledge the ancestors, you know. So, and for those of you who got the sage on deck, light some of that up. I already lit some. Okay, let me get the Zoom up here too. Okay, Zoom. Zoom. Okay. Oh, okay, I think we already got that. Cool. Okay. Zoom. May have to do it this way. Not sure. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Got the Zoom, got the Instagram, got the Facebook Live going. Okay. Yes. So we about to start. We got a couple more minutes. If there's anybody else who's going to join. Thank you. And so you guys know, you don't have to stay the whole hour. I was just thinking of giving time to anybody who needed to come at different times. But, okay, Rico, thank you so much. Thanks for coming in, man. Hey, Jersey. Hey, Annie. Thank you guys for coming, for joining. Hey, Evie, I appreciate you guys. Man, look at this. We're about to freaking add all the good energy. You guys have great energy, too. Okay. Dang, all these pop-ups on the Facebook. Okay. Learn more. We got one more minute here. Okay. No, I can't do that. Facebook. No way, Jose. Okay. Well, we'll just get started. I want to thank you, whoever came to Facebook Live, Zoom, Instagram. Let me see Zoom if there's anybody in the chat room here. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I think what I'm going to do next time is have maybe this whole thing be on Zoom, so there could be more like interaction between us, you know, like face to face as best we can, because I know there's COVID things. Not everybody wants to be face to face, but we got thank goodness we got the technology. But I feel like with Zoom, let me know if you guys would want to do that, if anybody wants to do that. If the Zoom would be better, so we can talk back to each other instead of just me talking here. I'm realizing on the Facebook and the Instagram, it's just me talking, and you guys can type, you know. But that's okay. I appreciate anybody who has brought your attention here at this moment for this prayer circle. I just want to start off by saying my intention with the prayer circle is to just remind each other of our power, right? Because I myself too, throughout the year, have fallen into the trap of fear that has been thrown around with COVID, of course, but I mean, I'm not going to say my opinion on that, but I know everybody has different opinions on COVID, and I respect everybody's opinion on it. but I feel like I can feel everybody, like the fear has risen, so strongly throughout the year. But just as equally, because I've been walking around talking to people, and noticed that just as equally, though, it's also brought more people together and more people to faith or some type of awareness that there's something bigger than this situation, the COVID thing. And so it was really on my heart to put together the prayer circle for the prayer warriors, those who really feel called to this work of, if you do prayer behind closed doors, to come together and not only remember that we can pray behind our closed doors on our own and really make powerful changes and waves. I know I've seen so many amazing things change from my prayer. But when we come together, the Bible says, there's other, books that also say, religious books and other type of spiritual books that pretty much all say when two or more come together, it becomes so. Whatever we pray for, as long as in good intention, towards the highest good of all, it becomes so. Period. It becomes so. And I feel like we have to remember that. A lot of people are forgetting that. A lot of people don't remember how much power they have on their own. And then how much greater the power expands and things can manifest quicker and change so quick when we come together and pray, especially the prayer warriors. So thank you, prayer warriors, for joining along and bringing your attention and your energy. I appreciate you so much. I know each of you, those I can see who are already on the Instagram even, I know each of you have been through so much this year. I know you've been through so much this year. And, I understand, man. Me too. Me freaking too, and Facebook, Instagram, all that social media can only show so much. And we only show so much because it's not everybody's business, every little detail that's going on in our lives. But the struggle is real for everybody. And I've been talking to a lot of people who everybody's going through something, and I feel like it's been a test this year, at least personally for me, to see with all these ups and downs and with even hearing all these stories of other people's things too. Can you keep your joy? Can you keep your faith? Can you keep the love? Can you keep the kindness? One day it's tears, one day it's struggle, one day it's joy, one day it's happy, excitement, and then everything seems like you're being tested again, and then your family, and then somebody's asking something from you, or maybe you just feel hopeless, you're feeling hopeless, sad, alone, or and I just wanted to remind everybody, I'm an introvert. I would consider myself like a social introvert, but I love you. But I love you, I know not everybody wants to be around everybody all the time anyways, too, that's one of my things. But I love you guys. And for those of you that I've met this year, face to face, and have become new friends with or new acquaintances with, have just been even made aware of each other's presence, I want you to know that I appreciate you and what little or a lot of interaction I've had with you. The moment that of meeting, talking, interacting, I appreciate that. It really has made a difference in my life, has inspired me so much this year, and really made me think about some of the ways that I behave and have behaved, and amen, and have behaved this past year and in past years, and made me really think about how I want to do better in the next years, especially for those of you that may not know, I have 3 babies, so everything I'm doing, most of it's for them too, because I want them to see better, not just hear about better, but I want them to see better, better than my ancestors have done, my family has done. I don't know how your family has been, or if a lot of the people I've met actually this year have been through group by going to groups that are a group of people who are mutually trying to heal from something, trying to heal from something. And I just wanted you to know I acknowledge your pain. I acknowledge your struggle. Happy New Year. And I feel really honored to have met each and every one of you guys. And I've learned something from every single one of you guys in some kind of way. And you've inspired me, and I appreciate you. So let's see here. What time are we at? We're at 4:06. Okay, cool. But again, so I just wanted to remind everyone, don't forget how powerful of a prayer effect that you have yourself. I've been really holding on to that idea and that understanding and that memory and that reminder that I've been getting from Spirit through different things I've been doing throughout the year. Don't forget how powerful your words are, right? Like our words are creating something. Our words, the moment we speak, they say that the universe was born. But our words do just that. It creates something. And so when we pray to ourselves, you can pray silently, of course. It's all about what's in your heart and your intention. But when you can pray out loud and make that sound, make the vibrations, and when other people hear, then their intention starts to get, involved, and it just can be even more powerful. And we know now there's so many studies out now about the power of speaking positive to water. I don't know if any of you guys have seen on Gaia, that the Gaia streaming service, that documentary, Secrets, I think it's like Secrets of Water or something, but they're just, showing people how the energy around the water, what we speak to the water, how we treat the water, is the water listens. The water listens. And if you think about it, water is in everything and everyone. We're like 90%, 8% or something water. So if the water is responding to somebody saying, I love you, or a kind word, or being peaceful, or just sending good vibrations from their heart, from afar or close by, and the water under the microscopes responded in a way where it turned into crystals. Even by the music, they tested different music around the water, and the water would turn into beautiful, almost like snowflake-like shapes, And they put bad music around, or not bad music, but not the best music around the water, and the water would under the microscope would look like a disease almost shape, just tragic. And same thing with words. People have tested. I think his name is. I need to get his name. Mr. Moto, basically, is the scientist, but he did a test on the water in rice. He put rice in 3 cups and put water in the cups, and did a test for 30 days, speaking kindness and love to one of the jars, hate to one of the jars, and ignored one of the jars, and you could see the effect and the results that each had. And I totally encourage you, go see that documentary, the Secrets of Water, on Gaia, or you can find probably something on YouTube or something. But it was beautiful, and so that really helped me even more so realize, man, if we're 98% water, and the water is intelligent, and it can hear everything that's going on, and responds to us, and it's so playful, and it just clears energy, and it's, when we're speaking to someone, when we're speaking in the outwards, and the air has water in it, the air has freaking water in it, all of that is responding. All is that is responding. And so I just encourage you guys this year, this coming year, to just try your best. That's also what I learned this year. I'm about to be 30, y'all, next month too. But I also learned that this year is try your best. Just try your best. Like, that's all we can do, is try our best at being as kind as we can, to be as loving as we can. We don't have to always talk to everybody all the time, or we don't have to always maintain or be best friends with everybody. But your core people, like, uplift them, encourage whoever you can, but being kind. Man, I can't tell you how many, I was bullied growing up, and I can't tell you, like, oh, sound like a thunderstorm. I can't tell you, there's been a few kind people that I've ran into that really, really have helped me, that I've held on to, their kind words that helped me gain more inner strength and enlightenment and positivity and just some type of hope. Just a few kind people I've ran into in my almost 30 years of life, just a few. And so I appreciate to those of you who have been kind to me, and I encourage you guys, please be kind to people, because you never know. You just never know who's praying for you and blessing you, and who's cursing you. You wonder why, some karma, you got a flat tire or something, man. What'd you do? Who you were mean to, who you were side-eyeing, but I'm not blaming anybody. But again, just reminding everybody that the power that we have individually on our own, we can pray. We can call upon that which is way higher, bigger than us. And some of you might believe in, or might be Christian, might be Hindu, might be Buddhist, might be any religion, really. But most of the religions of the world acknowledge a higher power than ourselves, or at least acknowledge that higher energy that just seems to move everything. Nothing works without it, So I just wanted us to take a moment to acknowledge that energy, which also, for those of you who believe, is roaming inside of us, filling us, allowing us to have a breath, allowing us to interact with each other, and that's allowing us to light our fire, drink our water, enjoy the wind on our skin. I went for a walk. It was raining yesterday. And I went outside to walk, and no one was outside. And I went early in the morning because I had to move my car from its parking space. And it was just so beautiful, It was so beautiful. And it was quiet, and it was pouring raining. I'm trying to tell you, it was pouring raining. And I had my umbrella though, and some, I was cozy and warm, but I just went for a walk. I usually like to just go for a walk when it's sunny, but I went when it was raining, and it was just beautiful. The sound of the rain, and I was just feeling gratitude, so much gratitude for all this water that's coming down, and we're drowning, and all this water that's coming down, and I like to let my babies know, like, when it's raining, like, the water's going, where's the water going, and letting them know what it does for us, and letting them know that when they're maybe complaining about raining or something, and I remind them, well, that's how we get to drink. That's how I get to have you get to have that water that you're having today, or The water, it's raining right now. It's feeding the mountains. It's feeding the plants. It's feeding everything right now. So we can go hiking tomorrow or next week and have a beautiful view of all these plants that are filled up with all this water now, and it helps them see it in a better perspective. But all of that happens because of the universal force. The universal force. And so, again, for anyone that has just joined, light your sage if you got the sage, or your candle. I lit a candle and I got the fire, going back to acknowledge the ancestors of whatever religion, whatever ethnicity that you are. I appreciate you. I appreciate your ancestors. And I know maybe some of you are going to be going to parties tonight. If anybody's going to a party, put like a something in the chat or something. Let me see. I'm going to a party. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun. The theme is gonna be afros and dreads for this party. I'm really excited about that. This party starts at like 9 o'clock. I'm happy about that too, because I want to go to bed. I want to go. We have a good time. Happy New Year's, and I'm ready for bed. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? I wanted to talk about how the media, and we say the media, but like the stories that are chosen to be told to the world, right? The stories that are chosen to be told to the world about what's going on in the world in different places. I feel like most of us had caught on that these stories are or seem to be specifically chosen for a specific purpose, and the majority of those stories are fear-based and conjure up more fear. And I've found so many stories that I've accidentally actually come across of people in other cultures, other countries, who have cities, towns, small places, who have had crazy disasters happening in their areas, and like unbelievable things going on in their areas, and they would somehow have, whether it's in their culture or they got inspired or something, would come together in prayer, whatever religion it was, but they would come together in prayer, and they would pray for that person that got hurt of something, or and that needed the healing, or they would pray for that event that was going on in their town, and they would come together in prayer, and right away within the week, like miracles have happened. Miracles happened and have changed, or that person would be healed right away, or within that week, or that town would have everything that they need to rebuild right away, very quickly. And you don't hear the people who have the power to tell these stories telling these stories, because I feel like if they did, how many of us will be inspired to come together and use our power too to knock down this COVID, to thwart that word, thwart the plans of whoever it is that would like to capitalize from other people's pain, welcome to whoever's joined right now. Thank you for coming to the prayer circle and giving your good energy and love. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I was just reminding everyone about our power to pray on our own, and that the power that we have on our own, we have so much power on our own. The words that we speak are powerful and create amazing things. And if you think about some of the words that maybe you've heard from somebody, and how that just uplifted you and maybe instantly made you feel great, or instantly brought you, like great ideas to you or something, like that was good energy transferred to you. And when somebody has spoken negatively to you, or like talked down to you, or maybe they or maybe they were condescending, or they were just disrespectful in some kind of way, that also affected you in some way. And that was an energy transfer as well. And that was them using their power, maybe consciously or unconsciously. I feel like most people unconsciously don't realize how much power they have when they're speaking to someone. But if anybody hasn't told you, man, you're powerful, you're amazing, and you are like amazingly powerful. There's it's unlimited. It is unlimited, and I've been discovering that more and more this year as well. But the words that we speak to ourselves, or the words that we speak to ourselves, even more so, is so. I feel like so much more important too, and so if we can take moments to, where are we? Okay, yeah, if we can take moments to analyze just what's going on with the story we tell ourselves, and the story that we're speaking when we're going and talking with others. What's the story that we're speaking? I was just aware. I just had a meeting with somebody actually not too long ago, or a couple hours earlier today, and I realized I was speaking about a past. I was speaking about like my lack of money at the time, but I was speaking about the past though. But I caught myself and was like, oh, okay, that's how it was perpetuating. I was perpetuating that narrative of having lack of money and identifying with that type of poverty, and like, by speaking it. And I just had that realization today, man. Like I was affirming that even more, to come. But prosperity has been getting better and better as I've been speaking better and better, and thinking better and better, and praying more for sure, and believing better, it's really interesting. So, but again, just a reminder of how powerful prayer is on your own. We don't need this Facebook, group to pray. We don't need this Facebook or this, Instagram and Zoom group to pray. We don't need to always gather together every day, to pray. You can do it on your own. And I promise you, if you didn't believe before, I can tell you, you are being heard. And one of the things I've learned about prayer, we're going to get to the prayer in a minute, in the last half of this video, but one of the things that I've learned about prayer is that, let's see, was there somebody? Oh, okay. One of the things I learned about prayer is that there's a way to pray also. I learned over the years that the way to pray is important. Because I know a lot of people, I ran into so many people who are like, well, I pray, but nothing happens. Nothing happened. And I've been guilty of that attitude too. I've had like attitude at the beginning of my prayer journey, like 10 years ago, when like I prayed and I'm like, okay, God, like when you gonna deliver, when I wanted, But of course, maybe some of us have heard that some prayers get answered right away, and some prayers get answered when you're ready, when you're ready for it. But the way I've discovered how to pray is to, one, start with gratitude. Take inventory of what you're grateful for, and take a moment to acknowledge the spirit that you, whoever you believe, right, you're acknowledging that spirit that is bigger than, that puts everything together. And start with gratitude. Give thanks to thee. Give thanks to thee. Give thanks to thee. That's really important to start. As you know, if you think about it too, to start a prayer, just like going in with like, okay, God, I asked for this and that and that and this, and I want that and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm sure, prayers are still being heard, but how much more powerful do you think your prayer can be when you begin with gratitude? Like, if you think about yourself, if we think about ourselves, when somebody comes to us asking for something right away, we're like, hi, hold on, hello first, or like, or maybe just being rude, it just feels we're so much more willing to give when we feel their gratitude of us already, or when they're coming at us with some type of positive energy, right? So I found that over the years, as I've learned the process of prayer, at least what has worked for me, my prayer and manifestations have been answered quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. It's amazing, So again, I start with gratitude. And then next, I like to pray, I say, what is that phrase? It's, I like to call it, pray generally specific. Okay? So if you could pray generally specific, you got something. You're like right in the sweet spot of prayer. I'm trying to tell you. And I know that sounds almost like even counterintuitive to pray generally specific. But that's exactly what I've realized works, and what has gotten not only my prayer answered quickly in combination with gratitude, but also has brought me my prayer answered, the thing or the situation that I wanted, 10 times better than I asked. Like, for real. Like, like God just gave me what I asked for, which I thought was big, right? But actually gave me 10 times better than what I even asked for. And it introduced me into things I didn't even know I liked and wanted, and made me realize that what I was asking for was so little, So, welcome to who has joined to the prayer circle right now. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you joining with me. I was thinking, for those of you who might want to interact back and add to the prayer and things, I may just do this on Zoom next time only, so then we can have just more interaction together, and you can add to the prayer, so then you just won't have to listen to me babble on. But what I was saying, I wanted to remind everybody about the power that we have on our own to pray alone is truly, truly powerful. And then the power that, how like 10 times more amazing when we pray together. Because when two or more come together in prayer, whatever we pray for, as long as in good intention towards the highest good for all, it becomes so, period. But anyways, back to, I was talking about my process of prayer that I discovered over the years is a great way to truly have your manifestations even come about as well, and create change around you and within you. I started my journey of working towards being a prayer warrior about 10 years ago. And at first, I started to just pray and ask for things. I'm like, okay, demanding God, this, that. And some things would get answered, not the way I wanted, and definitely not as quick as I wanted. But then a series of events over the years happened, healing and whatnot, some realizations. And I realized the process of prayer, first of all, start with gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude, as my shaman would say. I love him, Clay. And to start with gratitude, because if you think about it, if somebody just came up to you, just straight out started asking for stuff, you're going to be like, hold up, so likewise, but if somebody came to you with good energy, giving you love and, giving you some positivity, and then ask you for something, then you're more likely to, want to give them what they want. So I see God in that same way. I see the universe in that same way, and manifestation and prayer in that same way, where start prayer off with gratitude. Give something first before you start asking for something, right? Give some appreciation, some respect, and some acknowledgement to the source that has given you life and eyes and seeing and I love you too. And that has given you everything that you have to even walk this earth. Let's acknowledge our ancestors, those that came before us, to even be able to do this. Let's acknowledge what we have been given by that huge, amazing power, universe, God. What's in front of us, the fact that we have this technology, not to compare ourselves to other people around the world. They just have different struggles, but there are a lot of people that we have more than, and yet somehow some of them are happier, So and I feel like that has a lot to do with gratitude. So if we can remember to be grateful and just give thanks at the beginning of our prayer, even if it's just for a few moments, you only have 5 minutes or 2 minutes to pray, thank you. That's all that needs to be said, and truly with all your heart felt, because I feel like the universe, the spirit guides, the ancestors, the spiritual masters, whatever you believe in, Jesus, they truly can feel and know your heart. No one else can truly see your heart. It knows your heart and can hear your heart. So give thanks at the beginning of your prayer. And then next, I was saying, for those of you that just joined, I'm talking about the process of prayer that I've realized is a great way to pray, that I've kind of learned over the last 10 years. It's worked for me. If something else has worked for you, please share what has worked for you and miracles and things. I love those stories. But the next portion of process of the prayer is to pray generally specific, is what I kind of clicked. I was like, praying generally specific. And I know that sounds like that clashes. How could you be general and specific at the same time? But I realized, but it does make sense, because that's how the universe is. The universe is the God is a big old contradiction of yin and yang. We got yin and we got yang. And it's both. God is everything. God is the evil and the good. So we can be generally specific too. And so what I realized, what's an example of being generally specific, and why to be generally specific in your prayer? What I realized is that when you're generally specific in your prayer, what you're doing is we're manifesting, right? You probably heard, write down your manifestations, exactly what you want, every little detail, every detail. And so you can, and if you're broad, that's not good, because then, you might get what you want and it might be exactly what you want, blah, blah, blah. I've heard this. I've tried this. Okay. And then, so there's some truth to that, though, is what I've discovered, is that there is some truth to that. But also, too, if you're too controlling on how specific you want to be, then you don't leave room for the universe to co-create with you and give you better than what you think you want. You could be blocking off a blessing trying to be so specific that it's almost like telling the universe at the same time that you don't trust it, that I don't trust you, I know better, and so I'm going to tell you what I want because I know better. But how is that when we're just this little speck of sand in the whole dang beach, and the universe is like the bird in the sky that can see the sea and the sand and everything, and can see truly what would be more beautiful and amazing for you than the little bit that you're asking for, right? So that's where that catch-22 comes in, where I realize, and it clicked, like, oh, be generally specific. So you are being specific because, yeah, I feel like the universe, God, Jesus is so generous in that we are the children. Just like I have children, and I want to give so many gifts to my children as much as they can. I want to be generous to them, but I also want to make sure they have what I know. I also want to make sure that they have what I know is best for them, right? I want to make sure they have what I know is best for them, and what I know that in the long run, yeah, they're asking for something now, but really they don't know they're actually not going to like that. I know that they're going to like this better, right? So being specific in your prayer allows God to acknowledge, okay, I'll acknowledge that you want these things. But now where to be general, the place of being general in your prayer, that's where you give room for Spirit to work. That's where you give room for Spirit to do the other side of the work, right? For the universe to do the other half and give you what more than you even asked for, to where you are being specific enough, but also letting Spirit have free reign, just to bless you beyond what you asked for, because you don't want to block your blessings, and you could be asking for something and there's way better waiting for you. It also shows Spirit, the universe, that you trust that what you're asking for with all your heart and gratitude is gonna come to you. You're trusting that. You're trusting. So praying generally specific. So in the process of prayer, I start with gratitude, then I go generally specific, and then I go back to gratitude. And this generally specific part about whatever you're praying for, it could be praying for somebody else, praying for yourself, praying for it all, whatever. But I also found too that if you just pray generally, that's also detrimental, and I discovered this too. I'm telling you guys this process from my own freaking experimentations, okay, through 10 years. If you also pray just generally, you also set yourself up for the universe to give you anything random, and then you get something, you're like, that's not, I don't like this, I don't really like this. or you like it, but there's some specifics that you start picking up out of it, like, I wish this would have been added to it, and that, and this, and why didn't it come this way, and so that's where we got to find that sweet spot of being generally specific, adding the yin and the yang to our prayer, adding the positive, no, that's not the positive and the negative, but you know what I mean, adding our power to it, our desire and our creation and manifestation power, right? And also allowing the Spirit to co-create with us and add its manifestation power to make such a beautiful, amazing manifestation come to us that we had no idea we even wanted. That's what's been happening to me, back and forth and up and down. And the tests will come. And so now this is the part We're going to get to prayer. I want to get to prayer at the last, maybe like 10 minutes here, because prayer does not need to be long. It does not need to be long. It just needs to be full and with all your heart and love in it. But the next part I wanted to get to was about, what was that? Gosh darn, lost the train of thought there. I was talking about being generally specific, but it will come back to me. Anyways, so yeah, if we're being generally specific with our prayer and putting all of our heart into our prayer, and that's the key. So we're starting with being grateful, we're being generally specific, and then we're giving gratitude again for what we asked for. To seal it up, though, we're we're letting it go. We're letting it go, right? So this is like the key that I found to prayer that really made things start to come quicker. So before, my prayers would start to come when I did this process, but they were coming slow to me anyways. Then when I started letting go of the prayer, I'm telling you, within the hour, my prayer was answered. Within the day, within the week, within the month and the year, like quicker, for whatever situation or thing I was praying for, my prayer started to get answered quicker. So this is the part that I really encourage, that to seal up the prayer, to let it go, and even more be in trust that the universe, that God, your higher being, knows how to make this come about, and you're not trying to control how you want it to come. You're being open to your blessing, your prayer coming in any way that it needs to, and trust that it will come in the best way that will be beneficial for you and everybody involved. So that really seals your prayers. Is you put out your prayer out there, you put out that energy, your request, your gratitude, your love, and all your heart and soul into that prayer. And then you let it go. Let that baby go. You got to do it. You have to do it. And I know for me anyways, in the past, it was so tempting to be so, to hold on and to be so controlling with my prayer. That's what it was. Well, to be so controlling with my prayer. Like I wanted it to happen. That's when I got trapped in the praying specifically only, right? Instead of praying generally specific, because I wanted my prayer to happen this way, that way, this way, and I wanted it with this color, blah, 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 whatever, like, just so funny, So that's the trap. That's a trap of demonstrating to God that you don't really trust, first of all, and then trying to control how your prayer is going to be answered. Like, how is that supposed to happen? You have no control. So that's what I learned is, that's the magic right there. That's the magic, like, stamp, for your letter to get sent into the heavens, is letting it go. Just let it go and just trust that it's going to come so. And go about your day, frolicking, yelling at whoever you're annoyed at, whatever you do. I'm talking about me. But, that's the process of the prayer, that I discovered that really, really has worked for me and made my manifestations come together quick. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say, because I got 5 more minutes till the last 10 minutes of this video that I want to have for prayer. The last thing that I learned about prayer, gosh darn it, the thought came to me and then it came back, lost again. Okay, it'll come back. What was that last thing about prayer? Spirit, help me remember here. Give me a second. It'll come back. I promise I don't even smoke weed, y'all. I don't. Probably should, huh? Let's see. The last part of it was, so we're praying, so praying generally specific, and then, when you're praying, or when you let go of your prayer, one of the things that I realized is, Spirit, help me out here, man. I'm having a brain fart and a half, man. Brain fart and a half. It'll come back. Let me take a moment. And then either way, okay, it'll come back. It's okay. Maybe in the next prayer circle. But one of the things that also too I realize when I'm praying is to also pray for protection. Ask for protection, because when we pray, we open ourselves up to the spirit realm, whether we know it or not. We open our energies up in a certain way, in a certain level. And so always pray for protection. A simple prayer that I was told that I love and works so well to protect you. And I have stories to tell you on how I've seen this physically manifesting and coming true. But is, for those of you who will not want to use this prayer, Spirit, I ask, please surround me with your white light of protection. That has been really, really helpful for me. And I'm telling you, man, I've been in situations where there is no way I should have survived. I should have been alive. I should have been kidnapped or something. Like, I'm telling you, I can walk and walk the earth, and I can feel safe, and there's just a knowing that I am protected. Okay, daily I pray, please surround me with your white light of protection, and daily I pray for others, please surround them with your white light of protection, and the prayer goes on. But yeah, again, so just a reminder of the process of prayer that I like to use is, first of all, just remembering how powerful we are individually to pray. And when we come together in prayer, when two or more come together in prayer, it becomes so. Whatever you pray, as long as it's for the highest good of all. And then the process of prayer that I learned after trial and error in 10 years is start your prayer with gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude, man. Start your prayer with gratitude. And acknowledgement of the ancestors and the great spirit that you're speaking to and asking for something from. And then go into praying generally specific. Being generally specific with your prayer is really important here. And for those of you who just joined, I went into a bit more detail about how to pray generally specific in the video. I believe these are going to be recorded, so I'll post them up if you want to look at them later. Thank you for whoever's joined right now. And thank you for your energy. And then to close your prayer with gratitude again, giving thanks. And to really stamp that prayer, seal it, and for the heavens to accept it, is to let it go. Let it go. And that, to me, I learned was the key to making my prayer answered quicker, like within the 30 minutes, the hour, the day, the things that I asked for would manifest. And that's a practice. I'm still not the best at that. It's hard to let some things go, but over the years I've gotten better and better and better at letting it go and just trusting that it will become so. And it does, man. It does. It's so beautiful. So again, thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much. I want to start with prayer. For those of you who have just joined, I was thinking that I would like to do this on Zoom, maybe more so on Zoom, so there can be more interaction between us, so you guys can join in the prayer and add anything or anyone you want to pray for as well. If you would like that, just let me know and we'll do that. But I want to start off with the sage here, man. The sage. I lit my sage earlier. Anybody got some sage? Go ahead and light up. Or if you got the Palo Santo, go ahead and light up. Cleanse and clear your space. I lit a candle to acknowledge our ancestors. And so I ask that you please join me in prayer. Put all of your heart, all of your love, and all of your attention to this moment of prayer. I thank you for your attention. We thank you, Spirit. We thank you, angels. We thank you, universe. We thank you, spirit guides, guardians, ancestors. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We thank you so much for our lives today. We thank you so much for the water and the drinks that we got to have today. We thank you so much for the food, the yummy food that we got to have today. Thank you for the places that we got to sleep and lay our heads today. Thank you for the people that take care of us, have helped us, and that we take care of and that we help. Thank you for our cars, our ways of transportation. Thank you for making sure we have solid ways of transportation to get to and fro from wherever we want to go, to wherever we want to go. Thank you for protecting us and giving us our lives. Again, that we got to wake up another day. There have been some recently that have passed. To those spirits who have recently passed, of my viewers, maybe in their families, and the ones that I know who have also recently passed, we acknowledge your spirit. We acknowledge your existence. We thank you so much for having been here on this earth with us and given us the experience and that we have had with you, whether negative or positive. Thank you for teaching us something. Thank you for showing us something. Thank you for just being. Thank you so much. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We acknowledge your existence. We acknowledge you, ancestors. We acknowledge you. And we appreciate every struggle, everything that you've been through, everything that you've taught us through your example, everything that you've taught us of what not to do and what to do. We thank you, Spirit. We thank you, universe, for all of the technology that we have today. We thank you so much for the technology that we have and the brains and all the creative forces out there and people out there who have made such wonderful things so we can communicate more and better. We thank you so much for providing money for us. We thank you for providing money for us so that we can get the things that we need and we want and have good holidays. We thank you for teaching us, for enriching our brains, helping our brains be so wise, wiser and wiser, get wiser and wiser, and stronger, smarter and smarter, more clear. We thank you so much for our health, that our health is at least good enough as it is right now, that we can breathe today, right now. We thank you so much that our health is as good it is right now, that we can breathe today, right now. We thank you so much for our eyes and for every single little body part that we have, for this vessel that we have to move around our soul, to be able to interact with people, to have fun, to enjoy music, to hear the beauty of the sound of children playing, the birds singing, beautiful music that people play, funny videos and all the things that we just get to hear. We thank you so much for hearing. Thank you so much for hearing. And we also thank you for the negative sounds that we hear, so we can learn what we don't like, where we want to stay away from, and how to love even better. And how to be even better, maybe. We thank you for our eyes. Thank you for our eyes, that we get to see, each other's beautiful faces, that we get, thank you for the people that I got to meet this year, and the new interaction and friendship and connections that have been made. Thank you for the beautiful nature that we get to see, the beautiful faces and beautiful experiences that we get to see, and events that we get to see. Thank you for the beautiful sky that we get to see. Thank you for the sun and your energy. Thank you for the sun and your energy. Thank you so much. We thank you because we know that without your sun energy, not a dang living thing can live on this earth. Can be. We know this. So we thank the sun. Thank you to the sun. Thank you so much to the sun for your energy. Thank you for the moon. Thank you for your energy as well, and how you open yourself and go through the phases every month, giving us opportunity to lifting the emotions and the truth up and out of us to the surface, to our awareness, and to be let go of, to give us an opportunity to let go, change, transmute. And thank you so much to the moon for moving the water, the oceans. We know that just like you, the moon, you move the waves. The full moon moves the waves and raises the waves of the ocean. We know that we are 98 or 97% water, and you move the water in us. You move the ocean in us, and you truly bring to the surface whatever our thoughts are, our emotions, our feelings, and whatever is bothering us the most. But also, if we're in good state, you bring that to be stronger as well and make us even more in good state and positivity and peace. And we thank you so much to the moon for your beauty, for your beauty. Thank you so much for your beauty. Man, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all, Spirit, thank you for every single person that is on this, joining this prayer circle, who could not make it as well, to be joining live, but and maybe working or something. And thank you, though, that they have committed to just setting an alarm or something and putting their intention and good prayer and good thoughts this way at this time. Thank you so much for them. Thank you so much for the people who are viewing and took time out of their day to join and put their energy towards this prayer circle. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the lessons that you've taught every single one of us this year. Every single person on this earth had a lesson of some sort this year, man. And to those who heard the lesson, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening. Thank you, Spirit, for opening more eyes, for opening more awareness, for softening more hearts, and for bringing more love and change and good intention. Thank you, thank you, thank you for calling more prayer warriors. Thank you for calling more light workers. Thank you for calling more people to rise up into their power, to be more loving, be more kind, be more powerful, and practice as best as we can, as best as we can, as best as we can in the moment that we are, in the state that we are at that moment, to just do our best, even a little bit or a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the nature. Thank you for the nature and the herbs. Thank you for the nature and the herbs. Thank you for, I got one more minute. Okay, sorry guys. I can go on with prayer. I'm trying to tell y'all. I can go on. Okay, I got one more minute till 5 o'clock. I told you I'd end us at 5. But, so thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much for the nature. Thank you for the beautiful leaves and all the trees and all of the fruit that comes from the earth, from the trees. Thank you from all the food that comes from the earth. We thank you to Mama Gaia or Mother Earth. Thank you for all the plant medicines, for all of my ayahuasca family, hey, and the mushroom family. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for these medicines. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the air. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So spirit guides, angels, ancestors. See, that was just the beginning of the prayer, of my prayer, right? You see, I just started with gratitude. Now we're getting into the generally specific. If any of you want to stay with me beyond 5 o'clock, please do. I promise you this prayer will end. But now we're getting into generally specific. That was opening with gratitude. You feel me? And now we're going into praying generally specific. Lord, I ask, please surround every single person that has joined this prayer circle with your white light of protection. Please guide them through the path that you want them to follow. Please help them, give them the courage and the confidence to follow your way. Please give them the courage and confidence to hear and to listen clearly and to follow that direction. Please give them the courage and confidence to fully embody the power that you made them aware of, so that they can inspire others, so that they can show others how to be even more. And we thank you for that ability. Please surround my family and the viewers' family, all the prayer warriors' family, with your white light of protection, and guide them through the path that you want them to follow. Please help every single person that is on this video, and their families, and my family. Please help them become more aware of you working in our lives. Please help them notice you working in their lives. Please help them notice you with so much clarity, that you give them the joy that you've given me when I realized and I saw you working in my life. Please give them the joy and the positivity and the happipiness that you gave me when I finally saw you working in my life. I finally noticed you. I realized that you were always there, but I noticed you working in my life. Angels as well. And I thank you. Please give them that awareness as well. And please give the dreams and the goals that everybody has here, the prayer warriors, please help them reach their goals. Give them the strength and the courage and the determination and the endurance to keep at their goals, to make their dreams come true, to manifest whatever it is that they're looking for. And please guide them how to do this in such a way that benefits everybody involved, that brings positivity, joy, peace, and love to everybody involved. Spirit, I ask for any of the people who are watching right now who might not have much, please bless them with more than they even think they need. Please bless them with more than they even think they need. Please bless them with so much abundance and prosperity that they are able to give to many, many people in such a way that inspires people and brings so much blessing and love and joy and peace and happiness and freedom and empowerment. I thank you. We thank you. I'm going to close that out. That's what I'm asking for. And anything specific that you are asking for as well, go ahead and ask for it. Ask for it all. And I'm going to close the prayer out with a thank you, more gratitude, right? For any of you who have just joined, I talked about the process of prayer that I learned and how powerful we are and a bunch of wonderful good things. So I'm pretty sure this video will be recorded, and so I'll post it up so you can look at it later if you'd like to get some great inspiration about prayer and our power and praying together. And again, I'll be doing my best to host the prayer circle every month. And hopefully at some point with the COVID stuff dying down, we can be face to face and feel the energy in our hands as we hold hands for prayer. So we're closing this prayer with gratitude again. Thank you, Spirit, for listening to us. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for being in the spaces that we are, guiding this whole thing, and for protecting us and for loving us. And we thank you, Spirit. We thank you so much. We thank you so much. We thank you. And it all becomes so with such gratitude and love. And again, the way I like to close the prayer is to let it go. Just let it go. Let that prayer go and trust that it will become so. So thank you guys for whoever's came to the prayer circle, who popped in, popped out, and who were able to stay. And for those who couldn't come, and because you had to work or something, and yet you still stopped, you took a moment and you put your intention and energy towards the prayer circle. And I wish for you guys a happy 2022. Yeah. Have a great year. I'm gonna go to a party tonight. I'm so excited. Lexi, I see you on there, my sister. I hope you're going. I want to see you there. It's okay. But I love you guys. Thank you, and please join me next month for the prayer circle. I hope to see you there. Bye, guys. Bye.